911, what is your emergency?
My emergency is I think my husband's been shot. My house has been burglarized. I just walked in. I'm not getting a pulse on him. I just came in from the gym.
This is Rebecca Fenton calling the police from her own house in Clearwater, Florida. In front of her is her husband lying face down on the floor with 2 bullets in him. She is about to tell the dispatcher that a burglar broke into the house while she was working out in the gym out back. Over the next 6 hours, she will give 2 detectives a complete account of her afternoon, what she did, where she was, and who she called. Almost none of it is true, and by the end of this video, you will understand exactly how investigators took it apart, one answer at a time.
You have a life insurance policy?
I think Larry does, yes.
For how much?
You know what, I don't know.
Who's the beneficiary?
I think I am because I'm his wife.
You're not sure?
It's on that chip. He told me if anything ever happened to take that chip and give it either to Terry, or if Terry had died by then, give it to David Floyd. David could pop it in, he'd know exactly what to do.
It is a Sunday afternoon on February 3rd, 2008, and the officers are responding to a dispatch has logged as possible domestic emergency. They are expecting a medical call, but what they walk into is a house that has been arranged. Lawrence Fenton is face down between the living room and the front door. He has been shot once in the back and once in the neck. His body is pointed at the exit, so whatever came into that house, he was running away from it, and he was running for the door. The house has been ransacked across 2 floors, drawers pulled out and rooms turned over, and for the first few minutes it reads exactly like a burglary that escalated. Then investigators start listing what is still in the house. Paintings valued between $17,000 and $25,000 are still hanging on the walls. A set of antiques is still untouched. Only 3 things are missing: a wallet, a watch, and a white Jeep Cherokee. The Jeep turns up less than a block away, parked with the engine off, and every single item is still inside it. And this is the detail investigators kept circling back to. A burglar who just shot a homeowner runs. He does not stay to open drawers across 2 floors, and he does not abandon a stolen car around the corner, unless he had somewhere to get back to and almost no time to get there.
Okay, I'm Detective Spalding. Like I said earlier, this is my partner, Detective Rowland.
How are you?
I just want to get some just general information from you.
Do you
and
have
then
any
we'll talk about.
answers? Have you found anything else?
Not yet, no. I haven't, I don't have any information. The other officers are out on the scene doing what they have to do. Okay?
The lady said that it was going to take some time.
Yes, it will. It usually, forensics comes out there, they do the processing, and
It really doesn't matter if he's gone.
so, but the more evidence obviously we can get, you know, processing the scene, the better it will be and the quicker it will be to capture who's done this.
Good.
Okay? Okay.
Do we have an idea, anything? Neighbors? Did anybody?
The other officers are out there talking to the neighbors. They're doing canvassing, but they haven't gotten back to me yet. So there's more going on at the scene.
Sorry.
No, that's okay.
Something.
No.
Something.
Right. Well, once we're done talking, then I can report back to the scene, and then they can probably give me some more
But
updated
they took
information.
the lady, the
So right now.
man that they told me that he's definitely gone, that he can't be brought back to life or nothing.
Lawrence was 57 years old, a sales representative for a Swedish medical equipment firm.
Is this company based out of Florida, or is this?
No, it's a international company
Okay.
based out of Sweden,
Okay.
and domestically they're located in Rochester. And
He was flying to San Antonio the following morning.
he traveled frequently.
Okay.
He was leaving tomorrow for a business trip. He was going to be gone for the entire month of February. I don't see him.
He went to bed early on a Saturday night because he wanted to be well rested for the week ahead. On Sunday, he got up early, ran a couple of errands, and came back home, where he told his wife he was going to have a do-nothing day. He sat down on the couch to watch golf since Tiger Woods was playing in Dubai.
Larry had told me before his trip that he didn't want to do anything. He was going to go to the gym, come home, do a little bit of work on his laptop, and then he was going to watch golf. Something about Tiger Woods playing in Dubai, and then of course try to take a nap.
And that matters because of everything his wife is about to tell detectives about their marriage. The one thing her account never explains is why a man with no enemies, no debt, and no reason to be afraid was running for his own front door on a quiet Sunday afternoon. A few hours after the shooting, Rebecca Fenton sits down in an interview room with Detectives Spalding and Berlin. She is not under arrest and she has not been read her rights. And as far as she knows, she is the grieving widow helping the cops find the person who killed her husband. In 90 seconds into that interview, she says this.
It really doesn't matter if he's gone.
Okay.
Do we have an idea, anything? neighbors? Did anybody?
The other officers are out there talking to the neighbors. They're doing canvassing, but they haven't gotten back to me yet. So there's more going on at the scene.
Or the lady, the man that they told me that he's definitely gone, that he can't be brought back to life or nothing.
What detectives are watching for is not what she says, it is what is missing. When somebody is told that their spouse is dead, the processing of that information takes over the room. It is involuntary and not managed, but the woman sitting across from them is managed. And then, before anybody asks her to, she starts accounting for her morning.
I had to get up a little bit earlier than usual because I was taking a girl that I have to tell you, I'm in the program. I hate to break my anonymity, but it has a lot to do with my life. And one of the girls that I sponsor is in the PAR program. I had to pick her up to take her to a morning meeting that started at 9:45.
Okay.
And that meeting is probably 200 people saw us there. I don't remember what time I got home. I want to say it was please don't quote me on this. I think it was 1:37 when I dropped her off at her grandparents' house, which is right down the road. Where was Larry when I walked in the door? He was in the living room, and he was already watching TV.
Remember what he was watching?
Yeah, I joked with him.
Okay.
I said, the only thing that woods are good for is hunting and hiking.
A meeting at 9:45 with 200 people who can place her there. Then dropping off a friend at 1:37 in the afternoon. Every hour of that morning has a witness attached to it. The alibi is fully formed before a single confrontational question has been asked. She tells them she was in a detached gym behind the house.
When this incident happened, we have an in-law apartment in the back that we turned into a gym. I was in the gym, in our gym, when this happened. I was sitting on the ball when I heard a noise, but it didn't sound like a pop. It sounded like somebody dropped something. And I also had music on real loud.
A neighbor standing outside across the street heard 5 separate gunshots. The department's own evidence puts 5 shots inside that house, but Rebecca, roughly 40 feet away, only heard 1. And 26 minutes later in the same interview, she tells them this.
Could you hear any movement in the house? Did it sound like maybe he was going to the kitchen or he was moving upstairs or downstairs? Did you hear anything?
When I came in?
When you were working out in the gym, you last left him?
No, there's no way I would have heard anything because they're 2 separated buildings.
She also claims that she checked her husband's pulse twice.
When you checked him, you just checked his pulse.
His eyes were open. I checked here.
Was he face up or face
He
down?
was face down.
Face
And there
down?
was blood all around him.
How was his head? Was his head down or to the
His head
side?
was to the side and his eyes were open, and that's what made me think that maybe he was alive, and if I could get an ambulance out there fast enough, maybe we could save his life.
Okay. So you checked his pulse?
I checked his neck. When I came back down the stairs, I checked his arm. And then I thought it was a good idea if I got out of the house to just call the police.
Okay. You didn't try CPR, didn't try to revive him?
No, I didn't. I didn't think it was a good idea to touch anything.
What did you think happened?
I wanted to know if my husband was still alive.
But forensics processing finds the area around Lawrence completely undisturbed, no compression marks at the neck and no displacements at the wrist. If a hand had reached down there twice, it would have left something behind. And partway through the interview, a detective changes the subject and asks about the marriage.
We are madly in love with each other. We're still on our honeymoon.
No problems at all?
No marriage is perfect. I wasn't,
Nothing major, any financial problems?
Not at all. We're doing very well financially, but again, we don't go around telling people that. People knew, and like I said, there were the little crows that would whisper.
And it turns out that in 2004, 3 weeks before the wedding, Larry and Rebecca sat down with an attorney to sign a prenuptial agreement where they both listed everything they owned. He was worth about $388,000 and she was worth about $27,000. And the agreement said that if the marriage ended in divorce, she would receive $1,000 a month for 2 years. 3 months after the murder, detectives interviewed the two women who sponsored Rebecca in AA. One of them claimed that in October 2007, Rebecca started running into a man at meetings, someone she has known for 3 years. She tells the sponsor that she is flirting with him and that she has a nickname for him, which is Flying Eagle. On Christmas Eve, they both sit on a bench outside the church and kiss, and she tells the sponsor that she has never been kissed that way before. On the first week of January, Larry is out of town, so she rents a hotel room near the airport because she wants privacy to talk. She sits on one side of the room and he sits on another, and in that hotel room he tells her that he will not get involved with a married woman. And her sponsor told the police that Rebecca was very pissed about that. Not that he turned her down, but because the reason he gave her was her husband. And exactly 4 weeks after that interaction, Rebecca is sitting in an interview room with two detectives. There was exactly one firearm in that house that the couple bought a few months earlier after the stalker story, and Rebecca knew exactly where it was stored.
Okay. As far as firearms in the house,
Excuse
guns,
me?
firearms,
We
guns.
did own a gun.
Okay.
We bought one very, very recently.
You just have one gun in the house.
Yes.
Okay. Is it a handgun? Is it a shotgun or rifle?
It's something that, it's a handgun.
A handgun,
I don't
okay.
know a lot about it, but we bought it recently, and it's registered, so I can't tell you the exact date.
Is it registered to you or your husband?
Don't quote me. I think Larry told me that it was legal for both of us to use, but only if we used it in the house.
Okay.
Like, I couldn't put it in my car or tote it around in my purse.
Right.
The reason that we bought it was because, and again, I'm guessing, 3 or 4 months ago, and I have a couple of friends that can confirm the date.
Okay.
Some whack job ended up seeing me at the grocery store and started following me, giving me a hard time. Showed up at a meeting one time. I filed a report.
Who did you file it with?
Officer or Sergeant Fowler. I don't remember, but his name was Fowler.
Like Fowler? Was he a
F-
Clearwater officer? Was he
Yeah, and I
sheriff's
talked
officer?
to him right on the streets of Clearwater, right very
Okay.
close to the courthouse, and I told him I was being harassed, and he said that that counted as a report,
Mm-hmm.
and to just watch my back, and I carry mace.
Okay.
I showed him my mace.
And the first time
Give you a report number?
you guys had never owned a gun before.
No.
When you were a girl growing up, did your family have guns? Were you ever around them? Anything like that?
I really can't remember. My father hunted bear and all of that. I don't remember being around a gun.
Okay.
I've never fired a gun.
Okay.
And I lived alone for years. Larry's the first time I've been married,
Mhm.
and nobody's ever suggested that I buy a motorcycle and thought it was a good idea, or buy a gun and thought it was a good idea.
Okay. Do you remember where he kept the bullets?
I know the bullets weren't kept in the drawer because I do the laundry,
Mm-hmm.
and I put his laundry away. There was no bullets. Maybe out in the laundry room you would find it, or look in our garage. Maybe he kept ammunition there.
So if you guys had an emergency, say the guy came into your house, would you know where to get the gun, how to load the gun, protect yourself with it?
I do the best I could.
Mhm.
I mean, I'd have to unzip that case.
Mm-hmm.
Larry told me if anybody ever came, I would be upstairs.
Mm-hmm.
Chances are, and he says, you know, hopefully you won't be down in the great room, you'll be upstairs.
Mhm.
He said, if you can just undo the safety and just shoot. He goes, and I go, I don't want to hurt anybody.
Stop you right there for a minute. Why would you be upstairs if somebody came?
Because I spend a lot of times up, most of my life is upstairs. Our television's up there. I have my own bedroom, dressing room in the house. When Larry's gone, I spend most of my time upstairs. And he said, you know, if you're upstairs, all you have to do is undo the safety, you know, and if you can just, he said, just fire it, it will scare the dickens out of them, and they'll get out of the house.
The following morning, ballistics went back to the house, and their conclusion was that the gun from that drawer fired the rounds that killed Lawrence Fenton, but it has been wiped clean, so whoever put it back knew exactly which drawer held it and which keys opened the house. So now, investigators needed to find gunshot residue on her hands.
We're gonna put you in your room, but we're gonna ask that you don't wash your hands, okay?
Right, I understand.
Because you understand we have to rule you out because you were there, right?
The woman explained to me,
Okay,
because I signed
good.
something, and it said something about accused, and then it was, she had to come in the bathroom with me, so I didn't wash my hands, so all of a sudden am I a suspect? And she very calmly explained that this is a procedure, and this is how it goes, and this is why it goes like this, and...
See, we want to do this because we don't want somebody to say 3 months from now after we did nothing with you that you did it. You see what we're saying?
I don't understand what you're saying, no.
That's the purpose of us doing this, to eliminate you
Okay.
since you're at the house.
Okay.
So if somewhere down the line somebody says 3 months, somebody down the line accuses you for whatever reason, we can say, well, we did this, this, and this, and...
Great.
Okay?
Yeah, absolutely.
You haven't shot a gun recently, have you?
No.
Okay.
No, I don't.
All right.
I mean, I could, I guess, if somebody showed me how to, or I mean, if I could figure it
No,
out.
I'm just
but-
asking because they're going to test your hands, that's why. Okay? All right?
It comes back negative, which means that detectives cannot hold her and that she walks out that night. And she stays free not for weeks but for 5 years. When it finally breaks, it breaks from a direction nobody had predicted. A man facing a parole violation tells investigators that he had lived with Rebecca after Lawrence's death, and that during an argument about money, she held a kitchen knife to his neck and said that she would do to him exactly what she had done to Larry. On March 21st, 2014, Rebecca walks into the interview room for the second time. And this time, detectives have everything they need to put her behind bars. And since she knows that, she immediately asks for a lawyer.
You have the right to remain silent, but understanding this right, do you wish to talk to me now, moving forward?
Not without my attorney,
Okay.
but I will talk with you if he's here.
If you give up the right to remain silent, anything you say can and will be used against you in a court of law. You have the right to talk to a lawyer before questioning and have a lawyer present with you while you are being questioned. If you cannot afford to hire a lawyer, one will be appointed to represent you before any questioning if you wish. And you can decide at any time to exercise these rights and not answer any questions or make any statements. Having these rights in mind, do you wish to talk with us?
I want to talk to you, but at this point now I'm starting to feel like you guys are, like I'm being accused of this again, and I do want my attorney present, that's all. But I am saying this willing to cooperate. I do want to talk to you because the other two wouldn't talk to us. They wouldn't give me any information. I couldn't ask them any questions about Larry. We were going to come in, but they wouldn't. So I'm grateful you've taken the investigation. I just want Dale sitting there as protection of me because I haven't been treated good through this whole thing, and to answer anything that I can. And I do want to work with you.
Okay.
I'm also having a tough time physically. I haven't seen these pictures in a long time. I'm having a hard time remembering a couple of things, and I'm just shook up.
Okay. Rebecca, you're under arrest for the murder of Larry Fenton. You were indicted this morning by a grand jury for first-degree murder. Here's a warrant for your arrest, and that's why you're here.
A Pinellas County jury convicts Rebecca of first-degree murder, and she gets life with no possibility of parole. The state's case is that the burglary was assembled after the shooting by somebody who already knew which drawer held the gun and which keys opened the door.